Alright, hello everyone. I'm going to be starting out with the T55A here on the stream tonight. Like usual on Mondays, I do take tank requests. However, tonight I am going to be soloing just for the, for next week at very least here. Since a little bit busy. I was a little bit late setting up here as usual, but I think I got everything set up right. Nice to see you guys. Those of you that were here early, and also those of you just popping in. But starting out the T55A, since just got it last night, might as well start out with it again. Or not again, but last stream I got it on the first match, finally finishing the light tank mission, so it seemed fitting to pop into it for the first match today. I don't exactly want to go out there. I'm gonna slowly trek over to this side of the map. But hopefully everyone had a good day. I'm stumbling on my words already. I just been a little bit all over the place today, but hopefully come tomorrow I'll get get a little bit on top of things here. We really need to push, honestly, somewhere. It's just we can't push up there. There's no way. I'm just gonna stick my neck out a little bit, but how the hell did I get spotted? Probably wasn't from him. My guess is that the TD spotted me somehow. Or the WZ-1115A throwing heat. Awesome. It's just, I guess I'm not going to be pushing out here. It's just our north's kind of stuck, and our south is definitely stuck, because they don't really want to push. But this thing's not exactly a tank to be fighting at long range with. It's just a gun. It lacks a little bit of penetration and accuracy, but you can change your request. Sorry, usually my first match, it's a little hard for me to keep up on the chat. Just getting into the rhythm here. I guess I might as well start shooting at him. It's just, I didn't think I had that good of a shot on him, which most of the shot I do have is on his turret, which is not very good for me. But very nice if we could. There we go. These guys are spotted down here. It's just, like usual, our teams kind of gets hanging around the bridge area. But at least our north, they did a damn good job there, honestly. I haven't exactly done anything. Right, gotta pull back a little bit here because feeling this AMX 1390 is going to be coming my way. That's unfortunate. Really needed to hit him there. Thank you very much, team. I'm just letting them carry me here. Yeah, right. I'm very fortunate that my team is doing pretty decent this round. Not in the face, and he's still throwing heat. What a surprise. Like, do you have any other rounds? Like, I'm gonna throw, I have a heat shell of myself loaded up here, but like, does he have any other round like available to him? Because seems to be the only thing he's chucking out of that thing. Which, that thing does not need that many heat rounds typically. So yeah, I was not, if that arty shell did not land, I was just about to hit the brakes, because I was not going to get in on getting hit by my own arty. Trying to create a little distance. Ah, awesome, he is APCR. He is APCR as well. I think every single shot I've been hit by has been a premium round. So okay, but somehow I mastery bench 3rd class. 1800 damage. My team did a pretty damn good job though. Moving along. Is the T30 is my first request. I know who requested it, but even if I didn't see who requested it, I kind of already knew. Alright, so let me catch up on this. I know there's a couple purchases as well. Alright, we have cotton candy and hello Uber. Tip for Levi here. Switch in the overlay. Yeah, let's see if I can wake the dog up here pretty quick. Buddy. Hey. Here we go. He says thank you very much. Alright. Let's get this all fixed back up. Definitely have to focus on this match. Not that my shells are probably gonna go where I want them to be, but I've at least gotta pay attention here. They are going to rush. Yeah, I was late, but that also it had no chance of hitting that T49. Let's be honest. I really hate when your team lets that happen. Like, I think only like 2 of us shot at the T49, to be honest, outside of this Centaurian that got whacked. But like, to let someone just rush straight across is depressing. Hello 23. Jacob. Yes, I would say that's very good. Honestly, I haven't really kept up on the whole win rate 8 thing in quite some time, to where I guess it depends on who you talk to. I would say as long as you're doing your own HP's worth of damage in the tank, you have a decent win rate, you know, say at least 50%. You know, it's just something where if someone has, like, say 2 times the HP damage in their tank, but they're winning, like, they say something across like 50 matches, like 40%. Yeah, they're doing a lot of damage, but they're obviously not helping their team win. But I'm just setting up here because we already have a few people in the base to where if they die, me heading down there isn't gonna help any more so, or help any more than, you know, me being over here. I'm just kind of this tank is already hard enough for me to play, to where getting a team that basically gives away half the map, if not even more. I would say 3/4 of the map, because we're basically locked out of our base from, you know, pushing over to where the T-49 and PZ-7 is. We're locked out of the entire field. Yeah, we lost everything but the 8-0 line. So that's sad. Got hit by the PZ-7, yay! I'm gonna load up a HE shell because I don't know exactly where he's at, but alright, T-100, you got this. Thank you. A little bit annoyed that I have an HE shell loaded now, but I'll take that. Well, didn't hit the T-30. Oh god. Hello, Armas. Nope, don't have the guard. Please take a look at my tank request list if you have any questions on what I can play. It's in my video description, and you can also type !tank request list and it pops up a link to all my tanks. But can't expect me to have every single tank. I would be broke. But not the, you know, it's not a bad tank to pick up. It's just, for me, there's not too much of a incentive to get it to where I already have several. I was about to say, I didn't want to pop out, it's too risky. I already have several Russian premium mediums to where not really any incentive for me to pick it up, because it's one of those tanks to where, you know, if other people are in the same boat, you know, you might pick it up and be like, ah, this tank's fun to play, and once that kind of new tank, the new tank smell goes away, then it's one of those tanks where it's just gonna sit in your garage, and, you know, you might play it once here or there, but is it really worth picking up? I don't think so. Because it's not, you know, it does play differently than, you know, other mediums, and even compared to the other Russian rear mounted mediums, but it's still not anything I think terribly exciting. See, I have a problem here to where, like, I can't go out and spot in this thing, especially that amount of firepower, to where, like, they could push up here and I can get shots. I have HE loaded again, but it's just one of those things where the name Kampanovka comes into play. But again, our team, we let that T-49 straight down there in the beginning, and most people, you know, are too busy scurrying off, which, damn, that sucks. Girl 15 got popped. Scurrying off to the zero line, not even aiming to where the enemy, you know, typically does like an early push. And, you know, it's just kind of annoying. Missed him. Well, yeah, tier 8 premiums are expensive to where I would say for, you know, the typical player, you know, if you really enjoy World of Tanks, I would say at least, you know, get the ones that tie in with your favorite tank lines. That way you have crew trainers, you know, you have a tank that you enjoy playing as a premium tank to make credits. But, you know, once you get like, say, 2 or 3, you know, unless a premium is, you know, either really good or makes a ton of credits or is just really, you know, interesting and fun to play to you, you know, Wargaming has to try harder and harder to get people to buy these tanks, which is why we're seeing them swapping out some tier 10s that, you know, aren't exactly balanced or, you know, don't really attract people to push down the line anymore. That's kind of the new little business model you see Wargaming doing. Say, I'm not able to hit him. It's just matches like this, I know what's coming. It's just I'm not gonna just rush out and kill myself for no reason. It's probably gonna happen when I try to run away here, but you know, it just sucks. Cause say if I had pushed up on the hill, I would have just been stuck up there with the ST1, not being able to push because there's so many guns pointed at us. Had I sat in the base, wouldn't have been able to get that T-49 out of that little cubby hole spotting us. It's just, it was kind of a lose-lose situation. Like the T-30, you know, I don't exactly play it the best since it's a TD, or since it's become a TD. But it's one of those tanks where, since it is very heavily penalized in the accuracy department and gun handling, it's really hard to do certain things with this tank, and its speed is a little bit low compared to, say, you know, this, even though it's a tank destroyer, it's pretty much a heavy tank. You know, it's just hard to do certain things in this to where you are dependent on the spots that you can get to, because you can't exactly make your own, you can't really make your own plays in a way. You kind of have to just assist on what your team kind of sets up for you, at least on certain maps, and this, you know, is one of those maps. Hello, Jack. Well, you know, I know how it plays now because I've, you know, T-30 Heavy hasn't been around for ages, but it's just, this is one of the types of tanks that, you know, I find struggles a lot, because it's just, you can do everything right and you're still penalized basically for the old how they used to balance turret at TDs, to where you're penalized for having a turret just because you have TD slapped next to your name. Every other American TD with a turret has been rebalanced except for the T-30 when it comes to the gun handling for the levels that it currently has. But I'm probably not even gonna get a shot off because I'm just bopping around, not shooting anything. But there we go. That was a it wasn't even like, you know, I don't mind, you know, the T-30 being requested, obviously, because otherwise I would say not taking any requests for it and I would sell it. But I haven't gotten any tanks like that I, you know, want to sell because I really don't like playing them. But it's just one of those things where certain maps and, you know, matches you get into, and you're just like, well, I guess I'm gonna try my best, but can't really do anything. Thank you very much, not anyone, for the tip. Alright, nice couple. Or I probably can't trick you that way. I'll re-release a replay and do a new voiceover over one of my T-30 aces. Hello, Mojo and Dingo. Nice to see you. Well, it's just, you'll hear me complain about the T-30 until, like, honestly, Wargaming, especially with the SPG rework that they've done somewhat recently, they've done a pretty good job on fixing tanks that are basically annoying as all hell to play against, but more specifically to play. T-30 is still one of those to where, you know, I will definitely whine about it to where it shouldn't have that bad of gun handling, because basically you know, the benefit that it has with having a turret, you're penalized very heavily for that. And to me, it just doesn't make any sense. If they think it'll be unbalanced with better, say, accuracy, you know, while moving the turret, so on and so forth, then just, you know, nerf the DPM a little bit, something like that, to where it'll make it, you know, it'll make it more enjoyable to play, won't make it any harder to play against, but it'll basically save people frustration about, you know, just missing shot after shot that they've, you know, set up and ram him, that they've set up, and basically, you know, you're screwed over for no apparent reason. Alright. Trying my best to survive the... I just got ammo racked. I'm done for now. The only way I saw myself getting out of this was just straight out damaging these people. Oh lord, I somehow am still alive, but the bat chat got me from all the way over there because I couldn't get back, which he had heat. He's one of those bat chats. I don't feel bad because I hope my team is gonna murder him. That sounds a little mean. I did 3,300 damage though in the first 2 minutes of the match. Hopefully my team can win. These are one of those matches where I honestly don't care that I just died, because the amount of damage I just did, and basically directly and indirectly took from the enemy team while my team, you know, killed their tanks, was so much to where we should win. But I pointed out this one bat chat to where he's sitting somewhere all the way back here just chucking heat shells, which the bat chat heat shells, more or less, not to say they're auto pen, but they're very close unless you hit spaced armor. And some bat chats just sit back and just chuck them like there's no end. But my team should have a pretty easy win here. So I do have a bat chat request though. Alright, so next up I have a grind. Let me hop into the grind that I'm currently focusing the hardest on, the WZ132A. The ammo rack definitely helped though. But just looking at the minimap early on, you know, I had help there, but you know, the enemy, I had a feeling they were gonna push on me, but did more damage to them than, you know, me dying did to my team. Which, saying this guy's name, Clegane, just pops in a Game of Thrones moments in my head here. Yeah, it's where, you know, I play very aggressive, where matches like that, that's how a lot of my matches have been, to where I try to put myself in a spot. It doesn't always work, but, you know, that amount of damage in the first 2 minutes, and, you know, it pretty much, the ammo rack definitely helped. I got a little lucky there. But it's just, to me, it's a lot more useful than had I stayed alive and got 3,300 damage across the whole match. So well, basically the tier 8 to 10 are all the same tanks in the Chinese light line, except for, you know, the stats get a little bit better, and specifically the tier 10 gets some pretty nasty armor for a light tank. Alright, I need to get myself out of here. Tactical retreat. You would be very wise to retreat as well. Oh my god. I need to, like, really retreat here. Like, retreat off of a cliff retreat. It's that bad. I usually don't like leaving my teammates out to dry, but damn if we were not going to be overrun there. Gonna get myself back in a spot here to where I can help out a little bit. Had I stayed up there though, they were just gonna suck in and kill us. Where I'm glad that that guy ran away too. Awesome at 183. Alright. Not that we're in the best of positions still, but does anybody want to take the bait? Where are you running away, dude? They're going to help their north, but they're just honestly leaving the door wide open for us. And not to win the south, but oh, you're so lucky. Crap. Probably pressing my luck here with this bat chat behind me, but he's not really paying attention. Yep, their south's gonna lose now. Ooh, God, maybe not. Come on, E75. Thank you. But they should have just crushed us in the south. And yeah, not exactly the best match, but at least we're gonna get a win here. I thought they were just gonna plow right through us in the south, but it ended up 3 of their tanks left to go help their failing tank flank. Yeah, can't talk today. Yep. Honestly, you know, it can work, but usually you're better off trying to win the flank that you know you have an advantage on, rather than to try to prop up the flank across the map, because typically by the time you get there, it's already just, yeah, gone. Which I would say most amount of damage in the match, just because this guy literally sat back and just chucked heat out from long range, to where he wasn't helping his team, to be honest. But most amount of damage, at least on my team. Yeah. But even though, you know, this is where something, you know, hello Antonio and Catalina. You know, basically this bat chat, I usually don't, you know, rail on people, but it looks like he did like super well, and, you know, best player ever, whatever. And he, you know, probably one of those people that are yelling at his team like, oh, you guys didn't do enough. He's in a tier 10 medium tank, autoloader, no armor, throwing full premium rounds out at long range, where, you know, he can shoot without people even spotting him. So yeah, he's gonna get a lot of damage and he's gonna, you know, be at the top of the team. However, he basically screwed the rest of his team. Take for example, you know, this other bat chat, he was pushing on me and his other mediums. Add that one guy into the mix, they would have killed me in that first little push, even with me ammo racking one of them, and they would have been able to push through our entire flank with that added first clip of the bat chat. So, you know, he definitely can't pin it all on that one guy, but I hate when people play that way, because it's very selfish, to where, yeah, you do a lot of damage, but more or less you screw your team over a lot more than you think you do. See you, Myrtle. If I had binocs, it wouldn't have done anything, Peter. Is it because his name is Matt? Well, yeah, gotta rail on people with names like that. Hello, Super Cat. But this is one of those things to where thank you, you two, for the subscription. But okay. Okay, I'm not exactly I'm not liking where I'm heading, but I'm gonna stick with it. This is a, you know, this T67 is an interesting location. It is a mid-tier match, so not overthinking things typically works. I was gonna say, T67, I can two-shot you. Where, yeah, you're gonna get a shot in on me, but I don't think it's gonna work out in the long run for you, bud. Thank you, Catalina, for the subscription. Already really likes me. Oh my god. I got another already hit. That M44 is hawking me. I try. Sometimes I'll point out, like, you know, I'm doing something just for myself instead of my team, but either the match is beyond gone, or, you know, we're so far ahead. Which, obviously, this M44 isn't going to stop shooting me. I thought he might go shoot somebody else since other people were spotted, but it doesn't appear to be the case. But props to him, he's basically taken me out of the match to where I'm going to try to run away here. Go take some maybe not. But I'm getting definitely focused on by that one SPG. Which is annoying, but, you know, for people that get annoyed by it still, you know, he's doing his best to try to kill me. And not to say there's better targets right now, but it's gonna take me at the very least another, if I stay alive, 30 seconds or so to actually get back into the fight, where he could be hitting a couple other people that are spotted. They got him. I'm trying to make my way over here. A, because I'm already safe, somewhat, but B, I can get some shots in the center somewhat safely given my HP. Wiggle a little bit. Nope, he's a little bit low. Okay. He might be XVMing me, but I have no clue. Hopefully we don't lose this, but let's put that guy out of his misery so he can go back to the garage. Alright, I've got to be very careful. Yep, M44 got me. Good job, dude. You killed me. It took him almost 5 minutes, though. Here's the hoping that these guys can win. It's just... we still have an E25. I was trying my best to get that KV85 out, because with just lights, you know, they're fairly easy for our team to kill but a KV-85 can, depending on the gun that he has, can you know, do a lot of alpha damage. But I probably shouldn't have shot that guy that was stuck, because we didn't have anyone moving around there that was gonna be spotted by him. I kind of felt bad for him. But anyway, good luck E25. Please win that. We won Sacred Valley. So I have the Primo Victoria up here. But that M44 really wanted to kill me. It was, I don't know, it was kind of funny. I think he caused all, but I think just the T-67 shot me otherwise. Alright, so tier 10 match. I'm gonna head up here. You guys typically don't see me head over this way, but if I stick around here in a tier 10 match, I wouldn't do my typical push out here. Just because even though this has a decent turret front, I still won't survive against 2 arty, and people will still be able to do damage on me otherwise if I make one teeny tiny mistake. But going up here opens up a few more options potentially. But typically I don't like heading up here, or I don't like going up here because you know, it's longer as far as the route, but also climbing and going through enemies, and usually this is the more direct approach to dealing damage early. I'm having a hard time talking because I'm a little bit tired again. I don't think the caffeine has kicked in yet, to be honest. I woke up at 3:30 again, or I woke up at 3 yesterday, 3:30 today. Levi was very mad. Usually he sleeps in our bed with us, like at the foot of it. Luckily he's pretty small, so you don't even notice him. But I kind of just swooped him out of the bed before he even noticed I was awake. I had to force him to go for a walk this morning in the pitch black. He was a little bit angry at first, but he enjoyed it after that. But I had to switch my routine up a little bit in the mornings now, since Ryan is at a school in the morning. So thank you very much, Grigsby, for the tip. The IS-4, I would say it's definitely not the best tier 10. I'm gonna take a shot here, unfortunately, and he penned me with a premium Hesh round. Good job for him for actually using those. A lot of people don't, but very annoying getting hit by those things when you're in a non-heavy tank. Alright, Leopard, I'm counting on you. Really? But the IS-4, it's either going to be re-tiered, removed, but I don't think they'll remove it though. I think more likely that they re-tier it to tier 9. It is going to be rebalanced. I would say safely by mid next year. The crew voices. We need to, of course I 0 damage credit him. I say we just need to kill this bat, but now I'm one-shottable, so I can't exactly push out there. 268 can though. Get over to safety. Hey, I was asking for it there. I was the least already safe, except for it was between me and a Leopard prototype, and I was closer to the arty, so I'm not too surprised I got hit there. Right, I'm actually going. Nope, now that one. Holy shit! I don't know. Yeah, this is 2 in a row to where I gotta love it. Thanks, Artie. That guy really liked me again. But well, typically, you know, I get up at 4 in the morning. It's just 3 and 3:30, and until I get used to it, because I'm gonna be waking up at 3:30 when I go to work now instead of 4. Until I get used to it, I'm a little bit off. So. But I'll gladly take that T92 shot if we win, because that one hit on, because I had almost no HP. I'd rather he hit me than that 268, but only if we win. If we lose, then I'll be a little annoyed. There's not really a best tier 10 tank, to be honest, Antonio. It really comes down to how you play a tank, and also, you know, the map. I would say there's no bad tier 10. It's just, you had asked about the IS-4. It's just IS-4 sometimes can be a little bit hard to play because it's very easily damaged by tier 10 TDs, premium rounds, which a lot of people use, and it doesn't fight head to head very well. Like, take for example, if you're in, say, like a mouse or a tank that specializes in something, you come up against an IS-4 that is kind of like a generalist tank, to where it's got a little bit of, you know, a little bit of armor sprinkled around for a tier 10 heavy. HP's pretty good, gun's pretty good, you know, it's got a little bit of everything. More often than not, you're going to lose a head-to-head fight, which can be very important. It's just, it's one of those tanks that it does suffer a little bit from that, but it doesn't make it bad. It's just, you know, each tank has its ups and downs, but sometimes tanks that try to do a little bit too much suffer, because if you find yourself face to face against a tank that, you know, specializes just saying doing damage or armor or something, you can really struggle fighting those tanks. And in random battles, if you're playing solo, you know, it can be pretty damn annoying having that happen to you a lot. Thank you very much, Labobo. Luckily, I got a little M48 friend here. I see a mouse on my left kind of pushing up. Need this Type 5 not to come over to me. He is, so... Uh-oh. Ah, yeah, I completely just screwed this up. I thought I had my repair kit, and I don't. I'm dead. One little mistake here is gonna cost me pretty much all my HP. I thought I had my repair kit back up. But this Type 5 is about to wreck me. Fortunately, don't have any more HE shells. I would definitely agree with that. You guys should take the hill right now. If they do that, I have a chance to actually back up here. But only if they take the hill. Because I can't even, with those guys kind of hawking. Yeah, at least I got a little bit more damage there. But with those guys hawking this spot, I'm not able to back out and get away. But at least we're going to get a W there. So I fulfilled my little role. But Antonio, what might help you is over on my website, WoTguru.com. If you go under articles and guides, I have a which tank line is right for you guide. You can just kind of scroll through and, you know, just go to the tier 10 if you want in every single line, and I have a little blurb about each tank, and that could help you figure out which tank would fit best for you. I still need to add, the only tanks I don't have in it are the Chinese tank destroyers. I'm still kind of forming a thought about them before I write about them, so. Well, I would agree with, I wouldn't say removing mines. I just think for tier 10, like they're doing the grand battles now, to where I would love it if, say even Fisherman's Bay here, say for tier 10 matches, but I would say specifically once you get to the matches where tier 8 is the bottom tier, you know, not say tier 8 matches where it's tier 6 to 8, but just tier 8 to 10 matches. I feel like in random battles, it would be nice if they did it for HD, the HD map update that's going to be coming out in the next few patches, but probably not. To where just for each match or map, add on a few more grids, make the maps a little bit larger. Thought he was going to turn, and no, he decided to turn into me. Just make them a little bit larger, and I feel like that would be awesome for tier 8 to 10. To where, you know, lower tiers, you know, you fight on the smaller versions of the maps, and then higher tiers it expands a little bit out, to where I feel like that would do wonders. Still keep it 15 versus 15, but yeah. Catalina, I'm grinding to the AMX 30. A lot of lines though, you know, I've been playing the game since 2011, where they tacked on the AMX 30 and 30B well after I finished that line, so lines like that I, you know, just haven't grinded down because, you know, I've basically finished that line for quite some time, to where it's not like I'm actively, you know, pushing it. So those just slowly trickle along until I finally get within, you know, arm's reach of the tank, and I'll actually, you know, finish and buy the, you know, say tier 9. Like, it took me quite some time just to get the Object 140 because I had the T62A before the Object 140 actually, you know, was released. So I slowly accrued experience on the T54 for, I would say, well over like a year and a half before finally unlocking the Object 140. Okay, I was expecting him to be on my left. This is about to be bad. Say I am alright with taking, it's a lot of damage, but I'm alright with taking that instead of, maybe I won't be. I thought I could get away there, but nope. I should have just dove right in front of my Carnivarn, but no. Oh well, one little mistake going like this instead of going like that got me killed. But had I tried to go any other way, I was gonna run into this guy and I was definitely gonna be dead. I didn't even know that the T-54 was back there. So still did 1,000 damage, 2,500 assist, but It's kind of unfortunate that oh well. Maybe you should Uber. But at the same time, like, you know, a lot of emphasis is put on which we have a Levi pick here. Yesterday I did the Rudy for a Levi pick. Why don't I haven't played the KB2 in a while. I'll hop into that. A lot of emphasis is put on tier 10 for World of Tanks, but honestly, you know, it's not the end all be all. Like, if you're not doing clan wars or competitive stuff and you're just playing the game for fun, I would say a lot of people would, you know, find tanks that are either more interesting or, you know, basically from tier 5 to 8 is the sweet spot for a lot of things. And even tier 9, if you're just playing the game, you know, random battles, just, you know, no clan wars or anything, tier 9 honestly can be better than 10 at times. It's just, yeah, you know, finishing a line is definitely rewarding, but at times actually playing that tier 10, you don't get too much you know, gratification from it, because it's not like you're earning credits to help you unlock other tanks. And, you know, yeah, it's the best tank that you have out of that line statistically, but you might like a tier 8 or a 9 better, and then the tier 10, you know, just kind of sits there. That's why there's never any rush to really push a line hard. It's just take your sweet time, and if you like a tank, don't sell it. You know, hang on to it while you move past it. Honestly, in the T55A, I keep playing it a lot more aggressive than I should. I've died, I think, every match I've played in it pretty stupidly. I'm just, yeah, I'm giving it a little bit too much credit for what the tank actually is. It's not bad, but it's definitely squishier than I'm playing it. I'm playing it like a frickin' T62A or Object 140, and, you know, even the T54, you know, the T55A just feels a little bit different than that, to where, yeah, I just need to be a little bit more careful with it. Ugh. Honestly, it hurts actually. I wish I could play left-handed, but I can only cook left-handed. You know, I'm right-handed. I've cooked for so long though that I can work with my left hand if I need to. But I freaking splashed oil all over my thumb here, and it doesn't look terrible, but it definitely hurts holding stuff and moving it right now. At the stage where, alright, I guess I'm not doing anything here since you're angling that way, and you're gonna die, heavy tank number 6. It's at the stage where, you know, it starts to dry out, blister a bit, skin starts to come off. Did it yesterday, so. Yep. Hello, Heavy Metals, nice to see you. I really wish I could take shots here, but this guy changed the way that he's angling, and I can't take shots until, you know, the killer either changes position or, you know, because even his T32 now, he can't push up here because this guy's hogging everything. Like, he is doing, you know, he's doing a pretty good job, but there is the matter of fact of working with your teammates, to where I guess I'm not going around you again. It's like, you got to work as a team. Oh, and I missed him. And I'm dead now. I guess that's what I get for trying to shoot the Scorpion G. But I guess watch that guy do his thing. He did a very good job, but it's definitely frustrating when, you know, you're bottom tier in a tank that can't take a shot. So, oh well. I'm gonna hop into a grind before getting to the Indian Panzer. Let's hop into the AMX 1390 here. But I should have just not pushed the one line, but there was one other tank starting to move up. I could have went up with him instead of kind of push out like I did. Hopefully Levi doesn't stop or start snoring. He's like as close as he can to, or can get to my computer tower here. Swear to God, he loves the, like the humming of it. And also probably the heat that it puts off, but makes it a little bit difficult when I gotta clean it. Am I gonna get enough help? That all depends on how far my meals can get up here. Trying, I'm not necessarily wanting to be out here, but I'm trying to spot a little bit further than usual, just so these guys have potentially an easier time getting up here. Right. Abort. Well. Heavy tank grind? I think I'm down to just the VK4502B, which I don't think most people would complain about that. I know somebody specifically would not mind seeing that. Alright, waiting for my Emil to climb still. Take a little peek here, just, yep, got the T-49 running away. Useful to know. I'm not very good at hitting tanks at long range with these guns. Whew, that was a snapshot if there is ever one. Somehow an HE from a 183 did 0 damage to me, but holy crap if that WZ-111-14 didn't just get lucky as all hell. Which, I just got whacked by Artie. I did just spot their Artie, but I'm dead. A little frustrating. I did not want to die from the center. I got myself stuck, though, at the rocks. And my team was not putting any pressure whatsoever on anybody. Oh well. That's what I get for getting myself stuck somewhere. I have no clue, Lobobo. Hello, Matthew. I think he hit me on, like, the gun or something, to be honest. But, in the end, I was lucky, but it didn't pay off. I shouldn't have got myself stuck there. Hello, Catboy. It's just one of those things. The enemy, they took a really good position. They got the center. They didn't push the north like I thought. They put a couple tanks up. Their T-49 ran away. I thought they'd have a couple tanks up there, but yeah, getting the center and pinning our team at the base to where they couldn't crest the hill, that just killed my position. I should have ran away, but I didn't. Oh well. Trying not to move here. I want to move, but I don't want to wake up the dog. Nice to know he's like a ticking time bomb. I played with him, I took him for an extra long walk, but I know he has a lot of energy since... Alright, can I get around you? Nope, obviously not. All it takes is a little bit wiggle to the right, and we could have went right across one another. But he was alone for a lot of the day, so... Tried my best to tire him out. I just know he's gonna wake up at some point and not stop. I thought about pushing south, which that M48 kind of doing what I had thought I was gonna do. Got a lot of tanks kinda eyeing me here. A little bit unsettling. I did not expect him. Alright, I need to slowly go down this way. Our team's pushing very well that side. Okay. Really afraid of this Type 61. Oh god. Crap. Oh, I was waiting for that, and it just wasn't coming. I didn't shoot the Type 4 when I could have gotten a couple shots off there. That just backfired on our team massively, and that's gonna make this pretty difficult to win. They pushed in way too hard too early. Like, it looked really good for our team, but they pushed right into basically the enemy and they just got enveloped. Just sucks. Because they had momentum, but momentum doesn't mean crap when you get flanked by a 183, a Type 4, and a few other tanks, to where pushing the north and the center doesn't really work out all that much. Oh well. There's only so much I could have done there. Had I pushed in, any further than, where I was at, I knew that the Type 61 was here, but they would have just pushed and killed me. I was just a little fly, to where, yep, not too much you can do there. I can add the mouse to the list, which there is a tank request list. You just type !request followed by the tank and it shows up on my screen. Otherwise, I very easily could miss your request. But some of these tanks, I like playing a lot of these requests, but I'm getting maps to where if I'm bottom tier, it's hard for me to really do anything. Like Windstorm there, bottom tier and a medium, at least from my perspective, I don't push the north because so much can go wrong there. I was trying to find a middle ground between the center and the town, which I think that was the best spot for me to go to, but because I wouldn't have been able to help the south out too well. Seeing tier 8 only. After this, I'm going to pop into a... probably the... I don't even know what. I want to pop into a different grind before I get to the 1390. Trying to think. You know, I've kind of shelved the RU-251 for a little bit, just so I can complete some other grinds. Because I still have like 280,000 experience I need to grind on that thing. It's really putting me off getting that tank grind done. It's probably going to be the last one that I'm currently grinding I'm going to finish. There's something about, you know, I'm not too excited about the German light tanks. The tier 10 at least. It doesn't seem that interesting. You know, it's very fast, but compared to, say, a Sheridan... Ah, my nose is itchy. A Sheridan or... Ah, Lord. Alright, I have a 268 out here. Are you going to do anything? I will definitely help you if you try to do something 268. Ding. Got more tanks. I just don't want to blow my shells and then not be able to help. Oh, are you freaking kidding me? There we go. Oh my god. Alright, now I'll reload. Hello, Michael. Which tank would you like for your challenge, Lobobo? Yeah, the completist in me. I'm gonna finish all these grinds, but... it's just... I know I'll enjoy playing the German light at tier 10. It's just getting through the tier 9 grind. The amount of experience for that tank is just... it's a lot for me to grind without like any other modules, if that makes any sense. Alright, I'll do the challenge for the request for the VK4502B. Not load it, but yep, went just like I thought it would. This guy ran away like he should have. Take out this building, I don't really like it. Yeah, look, he's throwing heat. Not too surprised. That's one of those tanks you're going to see a lot of people throwing heat out of that thing for a very, very long time. I needed to hit that. Alright. Don't do that. Please don't. Luckily I got a high roll there. See, he was about to kill me. I'll go this way. They should kill those guys before I get there. Someday, Daniel, I'll get there. And it's not only just you that wants me to do Russian TDs either. Just I definitely got a little bit ahead of myself doing all these grinds at any one point. Mainly because they came out with the tier 10 lights, it kind of expanded everything I was grinding. But yeah, once I get through, I'm getting close on a few of them. It'll be a lot better. Where I'll be able to grind things a little bit more timely matter. Alright, so I got a mastery badge 2nd class. Yeah, we lost Windstorm, of course. 3,400 damage ain't too shabby. I just gotta see who just texted me, which I'll hop into the 1390 again here. Well, it's not a text message, but Facebook's probably gonna get deleted off my phone now. It does remind me that I need to text Ryan something. No, just give me a second here. Come on. Whew, there we go. Just reminds me. I had to tell her something before I forgot. Hello, CSX. Yeah. I may see Ryan tonight if I actually stay up, but otherwise, I'm basically not going to see her. She's working 3 jobs right now, so I'm not going to see her basically from Sunday night until Friday night with her current schedule. Outside of, you know, she's going to be like passed out when I'm leaving. Facebook is going to get deleted off my phone because I keep turning off notifications, because honestly I only go on Facebook to post stuff about the stream here, and if I have like a minute at work to where I'm like forcing myself to take a break, I'll pull up Facebook just to, you know, see what my friends are posting. Most of the people I went to school with, you know, they all have kids now to where, you know, they're like 2-3 years old, so it's seeing a lot of that. Which, holy crap, I did not expect to get pushed on like this to where I'm gonna die. Yep, T100 light. I thought my team was gonna get up there quicker, and nope, they're a little bit late there. Guess I should have expected that, but I was a little bit distracted trying to text there early. I didn't even see. I always, when I do stupid stuff like this, it's when I don't read the enemy teams, and honestly, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tanks that could basically either beat me up there or tie me, whereas we had basically myself and the T100 and the LTTB, to where, as you can see, both of those guys are over there basically in a spot that doesn't really utilize their mobility, whereas getting on the hill quickly is pretty important for your team. So should have known from the get-to-go I was gonna get frickin' massacred, and I missed it. At least I know what I did wrong. So unfortunately, that's another bad AMX 1390 game. But alright, so on to a challenge. Hopefully this goes a lot better. Which, let me get a couple personal reserves going here before I hop into this. Let's do. Alright, so this is a VK4502B challenge. I've got to do 4,850 damage, assist, and blocked combined. If I don't reach that number, Lobobo is going to win 10,000 Levi biscuits, which is the stream currency for anyone who is new. If I do reach that, basically he loses the purchase price of the item, which was 5,000. You can see everything that you can buy with the stream currency, which you get through watching and tipping. It's in my video description. It's called the Fussbot Chatbot shop link. So all right, come on, hand. Loosen up a little bit here. I'm also sore not only from burning the hell out of my frickin' thumb here, which I have a couple buttons I use for that, but my hands are sore today because Luckily, we weren't super busy. It was busier than we thought, but compared to summer, you know, we did like 150 people today across breakfast and lunch. Typically in the summer, I do like 200 breakfasts alone. But I was like sprinting around the kitchen like a madman because I had a ton of prep to catch up on because I had no time this weekend with the amount of parties. And yeah, it's like before I left it for my brother to finish because I ran out of time and I had to get back for Levi. I almost completed basically a crab bisque, which typically takes me, because I let it simmer for a very long time. I can rush it though if I need to. I almost completed that in about 45 minutes. That was the last thing, about 10 gallons of that before I left, but just like sprinting around the kitchen trying to finish things, and yeah, kind of did a number on my body. Can't even spot him. What the hell? I'll shoot the ground there. Take that. I'm gonna bank on nobody else getting on my left. Oop. Just need him. I'm gonna try to plank him with an HE. I just need him to back off for a second. Because since I'm the only one out here, I don't necessarily want to ditch this spot. But if I can persuade this guy to move a little bit, it'll help. Because we have a good amount of people in the center to where they prevented the enemy from pushing into the town, which is very useful. But my goal is to get right up here. If I can do that, it's game over for them. But I do not want to push with this guy here because I can get RD'd, shot from the side, shot from the front, and basically screwed, because even though I have teammates around me, they're not all going to be that useful if I'm stuck out there. So I'm going to wait one more time here. I'm going to plink him. And I hit him with one more ET shell before I move. Alright. Starting to back up. And I'm gonna go for it. AMX is probably gonna get one shot on me from the left over here, which that heavy just spotted me again. Holy crap. Fortunately, I have an HE shell, but I'm gonna bank on this M46 and T-34 back there to deal with them. Alright, found their arty. That really does not make me want to push out there. If they're already, he's only gonna focus on me if I'm the closest one to him. So I'll take a safer approach and fight off this corner here against these guys. Safe approach against the SU-152 doesn't really make any sense. Which he actually has a easier gun to face off than I thought he would. Bree's not aiming at me. All right. Get this IS-3 to pop out again, hopefully. Or is the T-95 gonna beat me? Thank you guys for getting behind me. T-95 scares me. This Oni's gonna die. Unless he just missed. Because the T-95 is going to be able to shoot him if he does not pull up towards that T-20. Yep. No, 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 no. Run away. Does not make sense to fight against the T-95. Frontally like that. It does not make sense at all. I'm actually gonna forego. Could be. Ah, my God! I miscalculated this just a wee bit. Whew. Didn't make it around though. Goda's got one more. Maybe not. I thought that was important. Hopefully it turns out to be. They got the T-95 though, very nice. Which, I did beat the challenge. I almost have enough blocked for the challenge alone, yet alone damage added in. But took my time to push up safely, and you know, even though I don't have a lot of HP left, I was definitely picking and choosing. Hey, little buddy. Picking and choosing the right times to go up is as safe as I could. Which I used all 4 of the HE shells I have. Honestly, if I didn't have them, I probably still could have pushed up on Luva. There in the beginning. It's just the likelihood of me taking, because I didn't take any damage actually pushing up on him. When I pushed through the town, I got him to back off and move somewhere else. I would have probably taken a lot more damage, possibly died if I got unlucky. But I don't know why he was trying to trade with me, but obviously he didn't have HE shells because he wasn't chucking them at me. I would have just been chucking HE out of VK, but got a steel wall ward. Most amount of damage on my team and also the enemy team as well. So in the match, pretty decent fight, and yeah, pretty good amount of blocked and a little bit of assist sprinkled in there. Thank you very much, guys. But luckily though, their AMX CDC, he pushed through the town when I pushed through the town myself. I would have been in a little bit of a pickle if he had stopped in between those houses and start shooting back on me. I still probably would have been able to kill him, but he would have been able to get a few shots off on me and put me in a bad spot. Instead though, he just rushed straight into our side and got killed. But thanks for the challenge though, Lil Bobo. You were on like a 2-game win streak, I think, there for the challenges in that tank. Which, you know, since it is a longer stream, you know, if anyone has requested tanks before, you can feel free to add more requests. You know, typically I say I only take 1 per person, but I can do more than 1 for today's stream. I am going to start, as the stream progresses here, especially, mixing in a few more grinds, and possibly some other tanks along the way. I'm really concerned if this JPZ 100 has heat shells, but I really don't want to push on the hill on this thing. the only other spot I would attempt is the center here. I should have taken a shot. I feel very angry at myself right now for not even trying to hit that light. But the only other spot I would try is there. But I don't think they're gonna have a lot of people on the hill. Just looking at their team makeup, they have a lot of TDs, and I already see their T57 heavies in the 2 line. So I would say they're gonna have between 2 and 3 people on the hill at most, and I don't think it's worth me adding another tank in the center. Thank you for the challenge, Leaf. Which tank would you like to challenge me in for that one? Holy crap, he is really far out here. That's actually, I'd say it's a good thing that he pushed, but get a couple more of these guys across here and I am very, very high on our chances to just tear them apart. Calm down. Oh, our lights are gonna get into some trouble here. They're gonna pop on the T57 and just get whacked by everything behind them if they're not careful. Please don't have heat, JPZ. Oh, I'm gonna be so angry if this JPZ 100 has freaking heat rounds. Oh, thank God. Get up to these little itty bitty bushes here. They're just blocking my view. T55A challenge, sure thing. Bounced a couple, and I guess bounced off him, of course. I was about to say, nice if you could move up just a little pinch. You know, like right here. Get very good shots on all these guys that I am going to be spotting. I should have waited another second. Which that JPZ is throwing heat now, which does not bode very well for me here. That's what I get for using a standard round. I could have honestly killed him if I had a PCR. Thank you, T49, for the ram kill. Uh-oh. I was about to say, I'm not angled right. I just got penned by the PZ4. This JPZ can probably pen me. Just the TDs behind me, they're not in a spot to actually shoot over the frickin' the road here. Like, they probably have a shot or two, but little bit frustrating. But next up, I'll do that T55A challenge. Then get to other requests. Which that challenge, I believe, because that's not the deluxe challenge. I think that is a 1.5 times my HP. I'll have to double check. But these TDs are not budging. It's really frustrating because even though I don't have much HP, I would still push up and spot, but they're not in a position to hit anybody. Destrev possibly now, but not anybody else. Okay. Honestly, that's luck, because I don't think I'm spotted now. Take that. But I'm basically back with my TDs. That's... They could have pushed up a little bit further to help us out here. Okay. 1.5. That's what I thought. You can ping me all you want, but I can't push up without my TDs helping me. Honestly, this is where we'd benefit from WZ-111-14 getting into F2-3-ish. It's just... My problem is if I push up here, I'm probably gonna die. The first person that hits me, I'm gonna die. It's just Type 61 is... he's definitely pushing it. Only because I can't outspot the Udes. Is a very big problem. Yeah, I know where both of those guys are sitting. But it sucks because, like, know where they are, I can't spot them, and yeah, they get slowly inched up to where, yeah, it's frustrating dying that way. But I blocked 8,300 damage, did a little bit of damage and assist. It's just not exactly the best teamwork there, to where we could have done a lot more damage if it's just their TDs were set up basically towards the edge of the one line, where you can get very good shots basically up until people are across the road from either side, depending on where you set up. Our TDs were situated here to where they could not shoot over the road unless they were all, you know, people spotted up here. And, you know, they could have just set up a little bit further to the left of me. Wouldn't have been spotted once that T-57 was dead. And they could have shot the other tanks that were around, you know, shooting me in the front. While I had HP, I would have just moved up a little bit, spotted them. But instead, playing the game of attrition where they can see you and you can't see them, that doesn't exactly bode too well for your chances. So, oh well. Alright, got those requests going. Hello, noob. Don't know if you're watching the stream or not, but hello. Alright, so I have a T-55A request. Or not a request, a challenge, I should say. The color throws me off. Alright, so as far as the challenge goes here, I have to do 1.5 times the HP of this tank in damage, assist damage, and block damage. So 2,550 I've got to reach. So given my previous matches in this today, it's gonna be a little tough for me. And Leith challenged me in this. Well, we all know where I'm going. Why are you whining, little dog? I don't know if he's like just sleeping and whining a little bit, or he's whining because he's obsessed with his little, it's a chuck-it wheel we can throw in a yard. He's obsessed with that thing. He's been trying to get me outside for like the past week with it every single time I stand up. But then when I get outside, he lets me throw it once, and then I'm not allowed to touch it anymore. If only I could use that, what, bazooka? It's not a bazooka. Whatever that, I thought it was a log for a second on the side of the turret. If only I could use that. Alright, T-44, don't stop. Not a good spot for you to stay there. I want to know why our people are trying to get up an A8. There's 2 tanks that are absolutely useless right now. Take that 76 HP damage. Well, the thing is, like, when I come home from work, like, I'm beat. It's a little routine. I always take him out back right when I get home, and he plays with his wheel. He lets me throw it once, but then after a couple minutes, he puts it on the ground, and he, like, kind of backs away. And he's like, Cody, come throw it for me. And I get up, hobble over there, and he sprints and frickin' rips it out right before I touch it. I'm like, really, dog? Like, come on now. Leap of faith. I'm always concerned once you start going down, they can hit you in your engine deck. Still not out of the woods, because there could be a tank right over here. I know Artie's there, but there could be a TD or something. Really wish I was getting spotting damage on this Pershing, but I'm not. $75. First, let me see if I can get a little glimpse at Artie. Oh, there he is. Let's say I like that little ledge at times. Ooh, their E75 cut and ran. I don't blame him, but only so much running you can do, E75. He's leaving one of his teammates out there to dry, though. Alright, I need to honestly yeah. Hey, that lucky Artie. He was hiding behind the frickin' gigantic German SPG, which, sorry, Lee, got you on the, oh, I repaired my track. What up my turret? Got you on the challenge here. Thank you very much for the challenge, though. I guess it finally got me a little bit of luck in the T-55A here. Hopefully we can win this, though. It's just, alright, let me line up. I think he's got a shot on me. I'm gonna take a little bit of a risk. Because I think it's important to get that grill down. STA-1's gonna get walloped. Ah, he's still pointing at me. At least I got a shot on him, but bravo to that guy. Hopefully we still win this, but I could have swore he was going to shoot the STA-1 because I kind of sat there for a second waiting for him to pull his gun over. Nope, he just focused 100% on me there. Thank you, Gary. Actually, let me take a look. I'll let the match keep running here. Just because that plugin, sometimes it breaks when I update update things. Okay, I know exactly what's wrong with that. Thanks for pointing that out, Gary. I'll have to fix that tomorrow, hopefully. But got a Confederate Award, Master Badge 2nd Class, 3,300 damage. Yeah, thank you very much for the challenge, Leith. I thought this was someone from the stream, but sorry, I can't chat just during streams. I don't mean to sound rude, it's just... I also cannot platoon right now. Hopefully, like, I would say at the very latest, it'll probably be October to where I might be able to start platooning again. It's just... It's hard for me unless I like kind of settled in to jump into platoon matches. I don't know what it is. It's just something, I guess, in my head to where if I'm kind of chaotic in the day, yeah, it just screws me up somehow. I don't know why. It's just weird. It's probably just the pacing. I'm just used to one match after another. But yeah, my video, Gary on WoT Guru, I use a plugin that it pulls my latest stream and also my latest released video. That's a regular video. So usually that's the last day's stream. It seems like the plugin, because YouTube changed a couple things with how URLs work for live streams, I noticed. Because I have to update them before every single stream, which is why it takes me a little bit longer to set up than probably some other streamers. They just, you know, hit the live button and that's it. It probably broke my plugin, them switching the URLs for a live stream. Kind of sucks though, but hopefully I can fix it. Gotta work a little bit harder to get you know, the stream out, because not everyone, you know, associates still YouTube to live streaming, especially World of Tanks. I would say I am, you know, well in the minority of, especially for World of Tanks, streamers that only stream on YouTube. Especially for just English streamer. Not that I would classify me talking sometimes as English, it's more like gibberish. But maybe I'll be able to eke out a little bit of free time tomorrow to do some website stuff. Alright, that's annoying. I hit him low. It's gonna hurt. Maybe not. Thing has gun depression, but not enough sometimes. Thank you guys. Please don't hit me 100. Just struggle. Oh my god, I bounced. I was saying I'm gonna struggle here if they notice me. I was hoping this thing can move pretty quickly, gaining speed downhill. Hello Abdul, nice to see you. I like picking weird camo patterns. I pick the strangest ones a lot of times. Not sure. Ooh. I don't know how I pulled that off with the APCR shell, but I nailed him just on that little police bar. Finish him off with HE, a lot more reliable than heat in that area. Track that little guy. So he just blew his repair kit, which is very nice for us. Don't want to use heat here because the IS-7, yeah, he can make a lot of my shots just disappear. Quit showing people how to shoot the PZ-7. I'm sorry. I'll shoot it in front and bounce off of it. This is where anybody that has problems with herky-jerky camera movement should probably look away right now. This is why I like tanks with gun depression. You can do different things in them. Now, I was trying to track him. Wait. Okay. Wait a second, because this E100 should get spotted by this Type 5. No, he's not. Alright, he just shot. This is probably where, I was about to say, probably where I get hit by the JPZ 100. That didn't end up. It swapped back to APCR. I only did 2,000 damage and all that, but in the end, I got 3 kills out of it to where I kind of snuck in and took out a few low HP tanks when I could. Just to make sure we had a little bit of a numerical advantage. What the hell, I'll go after the grill. I'm one-shottable, he's one-shottable. What could go wrong? The batch hat swoops in. And I 0 damage critical hit him. He obviously hit me and killed me, but I 0 damage crit him. Awesome. Please don't lose this. Yeah. If only they had a gold shell T92. Honestly, nice cuppa. Strange as this sounds, which I'm just gonna stick on this battle. Not that I have the Sony XE Premium, but I've actually got 2 Sony phones right in front of me. I just, honestly, I wasn't gonna spend that much money on a phone. I got just a few weeks ago the Sony Xperia X. Honestly, not to say I'm a little bit of a Sony fanboy, but I would say I am very surprised that more people do not have Sony phones. Not only, you know, I would say the quality. Granted, I don't really like Apple. I used to have an iPhone, iPad, and also an iMac, but yeah. I was shown the light, but I would say out of all the phones I've had and I've seen people have, I've never had a problem with a Sony phone to where, or actually I should say the only problem I've ever had, which this is my old phone, I use it just for Wi-Fi now, and also for my 2-factor authentication for like certain accounts. I just keep it by my PC, but the only thing I've ever had is the little cover come off the side here for the charging port. That's it. But yeah, honestly, I I went with another new Sony phone because we switched to AT&T, and yeah, I would say there's no downside to them, and the price is honestly, granted the one you're talking about's the super high end one, but I was looking on Amazon, Sony's highest end phone, which I would say you can compare it to, say, Apple's top iPhone or say the top Samsung, which are, you know, $800 to $1,000 a lot of times. You know, it was like $450 on Amazon for their highest end. This phone cost me $220. But Fabio, yeah, excuse me. I'm sorry to choke here, crying talking about Sony phones. I dual streamed on both. Honestly, you know, I know a few of you guys, specifically I think Pesmed stood out, really like Twitch, which I don't blame you if you have a lot of stuff over on Twitch that you don't have on YouTube, but more or less, you know, only, you know, I would say at most I hit like 4 viewers over there, and I did it for at least a month and a half. Meanwhile, during that time, because it was the spring and summer, even though summer's about ended here, summer dips for video games. But, you know, I was getting like 100 people on YouTube, 4 on Twitch, to where it was more of a hassle than it was worth, honestly. And to make both streams equal in quality, it did cost a little bit of money. Not much, but it, you know, the added hassle was not worth it. But come the end of the year, I would honestly say that you're probably going to see a lot more people that might not stream on YouTube Gaming, stream on it if they're not a Twitch partner, because they're going to be bringing custom emotes, the badges, sponsors, basically to anyone that has 1,000 YouTube subscribers, and that's due at the latest, you know, the end of the year. Pretty much everything is excuse me, set up except for the last little hurdle they have is the custom emotes. This past week, like I mentioned a little bit ago, they switched the URL for streams, but they also implemented new chat moderation. They switched it around again. They're doing a lot of stuff on the back end, and they also implemented basically low latency streaming, to where I don't select it because it removes the DVR feature on YouTube, to where even if you pop on my stream, say 2 hours in, you can scroll all the way back to the beginning and you didn't have to be here. It removes that, but they're going to be patching that in at some point. I knew I was going to get basically screwed here, but if I back up, I'm dead. If I move forward, I'm dead. It just sucks that my whole team, which this E5 is next on the chopping block, we're doing ourselves a disservice here, to where they're all of our mediums were starting to pull down here, to where, you know, they kill me, I wasn't able to run away. They're gonna kill the E5, he wasn't able to run away, and then, you know, it's just a domino effect. But more or less, basically the small delay on YouTube, that if I select it, it's basically under 5 seconds between me and you guys. But I think losing the DVR would be worse than having it. It's at about 15 to 20 seconds right now between me and you guys. So I think it's a good trade-off. Alright, I'm gonna hop into a grind, and then after that, just making sure I have personal reserves going, I'll hop into the Centurion Action X. I was gonna say, I don't know how much US dollars that is, but I would say, if you're asking my opinion, like I looked, well, mainly for Ryan at first, but she wanted a small phone, which she got the compact Sony phone. But like I look, if I'm gonna spend, you know, over $100 on something that's electronic, I like research the hell out of it. And basically what I ended up is Sony was what made the most sense out of weighing, you know, the ups and downs of any phone. And the main downside that I had while looking it up is, at least in the US here, you can't use Sony phones on Verizon and what, I forget what other carriers, just because they have a different type of network. Which is part of the reason I switched away from them, to be honest. You basically have to buy their phones only, and it's a hassle. See you, Michael. Have fun at finishing work today. Ooh, caught him out in the open. I am very, very shocked that he's sitting there. Exactly who he's gonna try to go for. Trying to plan for that. Hello Azul, nice to see you. Come on guys. Here, go there. We have 2 tanks, possibly only even 1 that are down here. Oopsie daisy. It's just, why are you guys literally afraid to push on 1 tank? Like, glad my ping worked. You know, just 1 ping gets the message across. Any more than that, you start pissing people off. They're about to reach him. It's just we're about to lose the center. Okay, yeah. That's about what I saw for the phone online. Honestly, it's probably cheaper than other options that you have available to you. This one guy, you know, he just went back to Turkey that I worked with. Almost everyone that comes here on like visas to work for the summer, before they leave, they're all like, "Ah, we're picking up, you know, I'm picking up the new iPhone before I go home because it's cheaper for them to get it here than it is, say, like there's one guy for Jamaica, the other guy Turkey, and I'm like, why are you spending like $1,000 on those things? Like, it's not 1,000 until, you know, the new one comes out in a couple days, but you know, they spend like $600-800 on an iPhone just to bring it home. I'm like, you're freaking crazy. Like, I could think of a lot more things to spend my money on than that. Help me. No gun depression. Yeah. I was either potentially gonna get a shot or none at all. 1,800 damage, but yeah. You research cars after purchasing yours. I'll say I do that sometimes, but with I like gardening with plants sometimes that I buy. I tend to buy them like impulse buy when I'm at like a store, and then I come home and research it. I'm like, oh, I should have got, you know, something different, but typically I like, the way I research thing is I make like a little folder in Chrome, and I start with, say, like a list of 12 things. Say like you're buying a TV, I'll make like a list of 12 TVs that I want to buy, and then I'll give it like you know, a week or so, look at it again, whittle it down to say like 6, and then whittle it down to a couple, and then first one that goes on sale I buy. Something like that. But I'll just, you know, let it sit there and slowly narrow things down. Cromwell, I can add that to the list. I'll probably say, you know, maybe I can take one more request after this, but that'll probably be it, because I would like to go grind heavy towards the end. Not that I have the credits yet to buy another tier 10, but with the Object 260 missions, you know, I can rack up an extra 450,000 credits potentially each match if I complete a mission. Alright, so we got an OHO. Definitely do that. Yeah, unfortunately for that I missed him. But unfortunately for him, he popped up at the wrong time. Which, I do not want to sit here. Usually I'm the person to push in, but I was not high on my team actually pushing up with me. So I saved myself the embarrassment of getting hammered. The WZ132A. I'm close to getting the tier 10 Chinese light. So that helps, but oh, I guess frickin' shot a Hesh round at the post, which I don't know where my team went, but I would venture to say that I'm gonna die here. Literally, I have my entire team on this flank, and they all set up in a spot to where we can't stop them from rounding the corner. Goodbye, team. You guys are so awesome. If you can't tell that I'm being sarcastic, yeah. It's just, I don't know how you can have 15 players on one side and they're all set up to shoot this spot here. Meanwhile, their team pushed in here and moved over that way, gave our team plenty of time to set up, and we didn't have anybody. Oh well. I could have pulled back if, you know, it was a little bit more time, but with how large my tank was, I was going to get screwed anyway had they pushed around the corner like that, and joke's on me, I guess. Alright, so that's going to be it for requests. But, I actually have requests are full up there. I didn't realize. Let's just get that done. So I have the Type 64 up. But literally, we hit our whole team on that, and yeah. Hello, Graham. Nice to see you. Alrighty. Where I want to go. I really want to go south, because you guys know it's a pretty important flank to get, but I don't know how much I can actually help the south. We'll see. I'm gonna give it may give this a little spotting run in the beginning. Beer? No. It's actually coffee. More, you can't really call it coffee. It's chocolate milk. Honestly, the most I ever drink is if there's alcohol in, like, food. Gobble up that assist damage. Trying to make a little jingle since you guys said I'm drinking. The most you're ever gonna get out of me. Ryan can attest to how bad I am at singing or trying to do any sort of tune. It's just something about assist damage though in a scout that I freaking love doing. My team has gone the... Granted, I might have influenced them not getting out of the base with all the spots I did early on, but my team is going the camp the base route, which... a little bit interesting. Doesn't really work on this map, but... see that he is aiming at me. He's actually chasing to get a shot on me still. I need to run away now. We're losing the south. They're going to be able to get very nice shots on me in the south. Hot dog vodka soup? No. Well, this is going to be a pretty bad idea, but is that good enough for a phrase? I don't think Abdul requested anything. Maybe that's why I haven't gotten an ace yet. Nobody expects the Type 64 from behind, except for the VK that's probably sitting back here. Ah, he moved sides. He has a lot less HP than I thought. Gotta keep on moving. Ah! He's aiming at me. And I hit the wall. Oh my god, I don't know how I didn't die. Be my shield. Gotta be careful if he gets tracked. I drove a little too close here, where I'm definitely spotted. Don't shoot. Ah, I missed that. Well, if I aced it, still holds true to where Abdul requests something and I frickin' aced the tank. Ah, that little bugger is there. I was just shooting a little high. Ah, the frickin' already got me. Really? I was on a roll there, and then already decided to weasel a shot in. Well, at the very least, I did 627 damage, 2,158 spotting. I think that's pretty decent for a Type 64 on Live Oaks in a Tier 8 match. But this should be pretty quick, so let me... whoops. Sorry about that, guys. Let me make a very loud noise to annoy the hell out of you. I'm actually going to start a raffle, just because, you know, some people might not be able to stay for the extra hour that I do on Mondays. All you have to type is exclamation point. Excuse me, raffle. I got Laboboed again. What you doing back there, dog? He's like grooming himself. Tomorrow's bath day, so he's getting a little ahead of himself there. He's really gonna hate me tomorrow, because Ryan, with how busy she is at sorry, serve noob a lot. Since she's so busy, I'm gonna have to basically pick up all the chores tomorrow. But might as well just sit here and watch the rest. So up after this, I have the Lorraine 40T. We have a Cromwell, an Oho, and then after that, I'm just going to be finishing out with a few of my picks and also some grinds. But pretty decent match nonetheless in the Type 64. Master Baz 3rd class. But that Scorpion G, yeah, he did quite a bit of damage. Glad he was on our team there. Yeah. He was probably the one whacking people for... I saw a few shots over 400 damage in the beginning. He was probably the one inflicting that damage. Alright. Staring, there it is. I'm staring looking for the Lorraine 40T. Can't find it. All right. I'm actually not liking well, this map for the Lorraine, but I have a feeling I'm gonna run into their Borsagan Scorpion G over yonder. Probably gonna back up here because, yep, not gonna be able to get around otherwise. Yeah, I saw the Hurricane Jose might. I don't think it will, honestly. You know, there's always the possibility, but I'm just glad that the Hurricane Irma that hit Florida weakened a little bit. Granted, there is one person that I used to work with who lived and stayed very stupidly, unfortunately, in Key West that nobody has heard from. Granted, you know, his phone's probably dead because there's no power or anything there. But yeah, I'm glad that, you know, it weakened a little bit, but yeah. Unfortunately, I see a lot of stuff. Like, I like looking at the weather. It's kind of weird, but I see so many people yelling and basically cursing out the National Hurricane Center and like NOAA and stuff like that because they weren't able to perfectly project the hurricane path, and it, you know, it switched a little bit at the end and it was a little bit weaker, a little bit, you know, it's just, you try to frickin' predict a hurricane, but unfortunately, you know, there's people like angry that they couldn't perfectly project it, you know, and it was off by a, you know, a few hundred miles at the end there. Or not 100, but, you know, basically flip-flop sides on Florida. But I would say that those people, honestly, are the ones that probably don't even notice that basically government agencies like that are around, you know, every single day of the year. I'm actually not going to chase him down. I thought I had like 4 seconds left on my reload. A wee bit long there. Oh god. congratulations, low-key, on winning the raffle. But unfortunately, one case in particular that stands out to me is someone that didn't evacuate the hurricane from Florida for the hurricane, and they think now that, you know, the weather service was wrong and, you know, they were right for staying in the path that, you know, if something ever does pop up again, I feel like some people aren't going to leave because they're not going to trust what, you know, their county government and, you know, National Hurricane Center and stuff are trying to tell them. So that's unfortunate. Just honestly, you know, I'm definitely afraid for today. Like, Hurricane Sandy missed where I live by basically, it hit like 30 minutes north of us, to where if it hit, you know, a little bit further south, say by, oh god, I'm not loaded. Oh, I just barely got him. Say it hit, say like 30 miles south of where it did on the Jersey coast, it probably would have completely destroyed Cape May. Where we're lucky to where we're on kind of the southern side of the storm, and we basically had no damage here outside of a ton of like beach erosion, and the people that flood it, you know, flood basically every single time it rains hard, so. Extremely concerned about the T-29 of all things, and he's back there. We're not out of the woods yet. Should get a shot on this Malshin before his turret comes around. Ah, he stopped. That's why he stopped. Yeah, it's just one of those things where, you know, I'm glad that the hurricane wasn't as bad for Florida as it was made out to be, but honestly, I hear a lot of, you know, I still keep an eye on it, but I don't really look at the news, like, say, mainstream news, like, talking about the stories right now about it, to where, actually, let me just reset this up. I need to add a almost an Ace Tanker biscuit. But for anyone interested in that type of thing, my family, they like to vacation. They have like timeshares and stuff in Marriott and Westin. St. Thomas, St. John, U.S. Virgin Islands, where they got basically like annihilated by the storm. I'm sure people have seen it on the news that know what I'm talking about, to where, you know, it's basically like destroyed huge sections of the island, like buildings and everything, because they got basically directly hit by it when it was at its peak strength. There was actually a news story today and yesterday, to where on St. Thomas, St. John, there's a, no joke, there's a band of pirates going around with swords. I'm pretty sure they have guns too, but they have swords, to where they're going around robbing banks. They're holding basically vacationers and tourists hostage, and there's a lot of smaller like boutique hotels there outside of the larger, like, say, large hotels. They're holding them hostage and basically robbing them, and basically going around like on boats, and basically they're pirates more or less with swords. It's kind of scary in a way. It's kind of interesting, but yeah, it's just, I think for everyone focusing on what didn't happen to Florida, they kind of forget about what's happened to like Puerto Rico, the Caribbean islands and stuff like that. my parents kind of got a early word to where, you know, for anyone who's been to the Virgin Islands in the US, it's gonna be at least 6 to 8 months before like the resorts there are actually back up, because like a lot of stuff collapsed there, even like the big resorts to where they've more or less not laid off but told most of the people not to come in because they had to rebuild everything to actually get it up to, you know, livable conditions. So it's just it's so, you know, it's so screwed up there to where hopefully, you know, they get the help that they need. Hi, Mr. Cromwell B. We had the same idea. Except for I feel like I'm about to get artied. And you're not. See ya, Leith. Well, yeah, there is Cuba as well. Sorry, I kind of forgot. Not to say I forgot about Cuba, but I kind of forgot about Cuba. Why are you aiming at me? Why are my heavies, they move back? Like, no joke. The KV-85 and the Ferdinand of all things frickin' backed up. Awesome. Like, you guys are, you're just gonna end up getting outnumbered. Screw you guys. Hello, Trenton. Alright, so I got a no-ho for my last request here. But I'm actually a little bit concerned about this winter. It's already, compared to last year, it was about 90 degrees here all of September last year, give or take a little bit, to where it's down in the nighttime temps, like low 50s right now. It feels awesome. Like, this is the best time of year to be in Cape May and a lot of the Northeast. I think this winter is going to be brutal. I need to finish insulating parts of my house. I've brought it up a few times and I've been streaming for a bit, but it's not fun insulating underneath a house in a crawl space. I've got 75% of it done. Well, not necessarily, Alex. It kind of missed those islands right now. But they don't really know how it's going to loop back around. Where was I during 9/11? I'm trying to remember. Well, not remember. I know where exactly I was, but her name was Mrs. Munsick. I was in her middle school class. Or not even middle school. It was 6th grade. Yeah, that's the right grade. Yeah, I was in her classroom where, honestly, my school didn't really handle it well. Granted, we were pretty young, but more or less they just left us in classrooms, locked in there, and all the teachers kind of went to go watch the television, and then after like an hour they just sent us home. Didn't really tell us anything that happened. You know, we all saw it on television or from our parents after we left school. But yeah, I was a little youngin', so I knew what happened, but it's like couldn't really comprehend the whole thing. That was well before I even, honestly, you know, I didn't even think I'd cook back then, to be honest. They're my pre-cooking days. I was still like a bellhop, Easter bunny, stuff like that at the hotel. Take that, Chrysler. If you notice, you don't see many of them anymore, compared to, you know, it's still a very good premium, but, you know, I'll keep saying it to where they're at the point, Wargaming, to where releasing all these tier 8 premiums, you can tell that they're starting to kind of shift away from that model to make money, because I think people are starting to realize, like, they're buying these tanks and then they're not really playing them because they have so many different tier 8 premiums at this point. And it hit the rock. I'm sorry to hear that, Alex. Let's get a little bit risky here. It's no fun sitting in the back, letting the enemy have all the fun here. Let's bounce this Conqueror. Nope. Come on, guys. Let's push. We have the advantage. Thank you, VK. I'm not really able to do a lot of direct damage here, but I can sure as hell annoy the hell out of these guys. I can crit them, do a little bit of HP damage, and hope that my team can do a lot of damage here. Look him off. T-30's not pointing at me. That kind of hurt. Uh-oh, I'm dead. I pulled out straight, not angled at all. Oh well. Hopefully my team, you know, I play very aggressive, but to me this is just a slam dunk to where if we all just moved up, which they're all retreating now just because I died. He's one-shottable, two-shottable, two-shottable, done. And the Tiger 2, you just leave the last because he's stuck with M46. But that's at least how I see things there. Alright, so back to a grind. WZ132A. As far as experience I have left on this, down to 37,000 about. I'm getting there. I was gonna say, as far as like, I kind of, eventually Ryan and I are gonna travel more. We just, you know, we're so freaking busy at this point. Plus, we'd have to bring Levi right now. Granted, he would not mind car rides if we travel by car. I'd like to be able to see more of the US. I've really only been to up and down the East Coast for mainly down, but just like driving through most places. So, mainly know what Florida looks like. Just all my family's just concentrated in this one little area, except for my mom's side. Lives not in Philadelphia, but around. Ryan kind of thinks it's funny where if we go out of Cape May County, it's like a trip to me. Because people don't really live here on like a regular basis. I guess that's what kind of happens if you live on a peninsula. It's not like you can go left, right, down. You're just, there's only up. So why even bother to leave? You just stay here. She's actually hasn't had another one yet, but she is working right now. Not hired, but she's working for the position that she might get hired for. She started today, so that's why she basically is working conservatively. I would say this week she's going to be working 90 hours. That sounds a lot and impossible, but that's how many hours she is working. She's working basically 3 jobs, so I guess I'll pop out here because you need someone here to apply a little bit of pressure. But yeah, just the way hiring teachers, there's a second process after your initial interview. It takes a little bit of time to, I guess, schedule it because it's with the school board. I guess I need to be careful not to let this bat chat clip me. If you ask Ryan, it's kind of a cult. But I'm not as bad as most people. Honestly, people that live, like, not to say Cape May proper, but like in Cape May City, technically what it is. There's some people that do not leave the island, which astounds me because, especially in the winter, everything closes and, like, yeah, I wouldn't be able to survive. But, forgot that rock was there. Like my parents, in a way. Like, my mom travels a lot for real estate, but, like, outside of work, just going, like, it's 15 minutes north from their house to where there's like a lot of, it's like Walmart, Lowe's, stuff like that, like the big box stores. Like, that's kind of like, not to say an adventure, but like that's out of the way for people. Like my one aunt that lives in town, I would say she leaves Cape May maybe once a month at most. Honestly, if I'm not working, I don't go to Cape May at all. But that's just because I'm always there for work. I only really go there in the off season, too. I hope she gets the job as well. That would be awesome. Well, not only that's what she went to school for, but on top of that, our schedules would line up. So currently, you know, I work I get done at 3 p.m. She goes to work at 3 p.m. So don't really see her for 4 or 5 days a week, if not more. He's gonna push on me and he's gonna kill me. Yep. Not even, I wasn't loaded yet to track him. Kudos to him. Hopefully he dies. Still did 2,000 damage, almost 1,000 assists, so not, I want it more, obviously, but did my job. But the message review thing, Nice Cuppa, it's basically YouTube put out a new feature to where you guys see it because you're a moderator, other people don't, but I just click a little button. It's essentially a built-in chat mod to where if, you know, say someone types the same thing twice, or if there's like, say, foul language or spamming, like click here, stuff like that, it'll automatically flag it, but not outright ban them if it doesn't trigger a ban word. And it, for moderators, it just has a yes or no to where, you know, it's very easy to moderate chat now. That's sad to hear, Crimson. I almost missed that comment. Kinda, that's kind of my dad's side of the family. Kind of same thing. Levi's doing, yeah, he's same as he's been the past couple weeks. Not perfect, but his we'll have to tackle his foot possibly in October. See you, Daniel S. Thanks for watching. Yeah. See, nice couple places like that. Honestly, I like places like that. Granted, I'm from, you know, Cape May's kind of like it. I'm from, you know, a place I can appreciate that, but some people I can feel like think it's weird, like if you never leave where you grow up. Thank you, Ty again, or Ty come again, for this subscription. Thanks for tipping Levi Azul. Go to spotting point number B. You can ping all you want in the center, but nobody is going to go out there. The best you got is me. Honestly, it's not a problem as long as we have someone on the outskirts of town like this. But the problem that we have is, we have a lot of people sitting, you know, right at the bottom of the lake. Not good to sit there for too long. Hello? Oh, it's thank you, come again. Okay. I just read it as Ty. Not that my brother's name is spelled that way, but his name's Ty, so it's a habit. Track him, because we're about to, well, hopefully we're about to have some people push up here, but I was gonna say, probably just gonna hit his track, but this thing has a insane premium round. I am very shocked though that the E5 is able to angle with his side dead on. Thank God they finally pushed up dead on to the frickin' zero line, and he has taken 0 damage. That just it amazes me sometimes that people are able to do that. I say I can't push any further out, but maybe me being up here will get my team. Thank you, ST1. Don't want to use my repair kit. Come on, push! Really? There we go, guys. You know, there's this strange thing called pushing all at once that usually works out pretty well. See, if I was chucking heat, I would have had about 3 more damaging shots now, but see, I'm not going to do that unless, you know, I absolutely have to. Let's get some spots for the people that are camping all the way in the back. They're throwing heat at me, so this isn't exactly... I'm probably gonna die now. See, is he throwing APCR? Nope, he still penned me though. I'd say probably not my best decision to push out there, because this can't bounce a lot of things, but I did it anyway. Oh well. Alright. I guess that's what I get for, you know, I was kind of making myself grind some tanks, and I guess that's what I get for popping into a tank that I wasn't grinding. I'm glad I can help a little bit, is all. Alright, this map, top tier in a light tank. Don't think I'm gonna be going to the north. My team might not be happy with that decision, but... Which, gotta remember the tip leaf. Maybe there was something I was forgetting. Hello, buddy. Uh-oh. Thank you for tipping him, Azul. I'll try to remind him that there's a... I threw it at his foot and it usually wakes him up. Just because I clicked into a battle before I remembered. He just kind of twitched, and I guess it was part of his dream. How do you play the Chi-Ri? Very, very carefully. It's fun though, in a bad way. I would say that 90% of the people hate the Chi-Ri though. Likelihood of me falling and drowning myself is probably at like 90% right now. Raise that to 95%. Spare me. Oh my god, I guess I almost fell off the ledge myself while I was laughing at him. Come on, I need a freaking assist kill there. Well, he's concealed now. I just gotta remember when I turn in this thing, it drives forward. I almost forgot about that and it almost killed me. I think this guy forgot that I was here. Hopefully that gets my Panther out of the mess, but it's gonna be close. Nah, he's dead. Hopefully the Skoda's got him. Still loading. S2's not aiming at me. Oh crap, I fell down a little bit too far. I can't pin him. I know, that guy's probably really kicking himself there. This IS-2 is going to push on me, so I'm going to move back a little bit over here. Wait for my team to hopefully come and save me. Just so easy to fall off of these ledges to where I am always more focused on driving than I am actually shooting at tanks. Oh my god. The penetration on tier 8 lights at times can make you scream. I need to help him, but I'm not loaded, and there's nope, not doing it. The T-28. Scurry on off here. Really? I'd be kidding me. Alright, going for it. Ooh. You like that little handbrake? No, I'm dead. The T-28 turned all the way around. I was not expecting that. If I thought that was happening, I was gonna turn towards my team that was, you know, 3 people sitting there watching one T-29, and even with the Tiger there, they could have easily killed them. Oh well. I tried something risky, and that T-28, I'm surprised he turned around that quick, but you know, it's pull right in front of the T-28 though. They should win this. But if they keep pulling in front of the T-28, that's not going to work out well for them. But you asked about the Chi-Ri. Even though I'm not doing requests, I'll pop into that little thing. Or not little thing, that big thing, I should say. Levi's going to have a nice surprise as well at the end of the stream. He's currently, if I can get the camera up real quick, he's having a little dream here. His nose keeps kind of wiggling around. But I'll probably do this match, and then possibly, I definitely can fit one more in after this, unless this goes all 15 minutes. But my next stream is going to be coming up Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Unless something changes at work. I don't think it will though. Always have to add that little kicker in there. You just never know what happens at work. It's like we had one guy call out, but it was at nighttime tonight. Everyone's like, he called out because his back's killing him. Like, people with their legs hurt, back, and yeah, everyone's kind of hurting at this point. If you guys could see it, if I could zoom in, I'd put the camera on Levi right now. He's having a very he's having one of those humping dreams right now. Oh, I need to get a video. It sounds weird. Video of him doing that when he's actually awake. He's the most awkward dog. To where if he, you know, if he's around another dog, you know, sometimes dogs hump each other. Or not sometimes, all the time. He'll like stand next to the dog and just kind of do it, and it's so awkward and it's hilarious. The other dog will like just walk away, and he's like, yeah. Alright, so they definitely pushed the 2 line. Trick to the Chi-Ri is go somewhere that nobody can shoot you and hope that your team wins. And also scream a little bit. That also helps as well. I'm a little bit scared here. I'm going to not like myself because I cannot pen a Black Prince, and he can pen me with every single shot. So can he see me? I think he can see me, or he sees me. P34, no! Black Prince, ah, he angled, awesome. No! Missed 2 shots. Right, T43, oh! Just stopped a little bit further back, dude. A43? Yeah, no. Ah, nice, you're reading. I wish I could do that. I wonder how this one girl I worked with in the summer, she just moved to Spain. She's teaching. She's in college. She's going to college there and teaching for a semester. Just, I think she's like English and stuff like that. Like at a exchange program for her college. But you just chuck rounds like there's no end in this tank, and hope that some of them hit. That's the trick of things. It does get a little expensive if you use. I actually didn't want premium AP here, but don't be afraid just to frickin' spam shells. Destroy cover, shoot frickin' rocks, what have you. You'll eventually hit something. Scorpion G, please, please, please. Thank God he doesn't have a shot on me. But even if you're not penning some things, you can scare the crap out of people just putting a ton of shells downrange. I think I'm safe to keep these guys spotted for my team. The goal at least. Have a shot on him. Ooh, Scorpion G gets shot. That hurt, but I knew I could soak up a shot there. Give me your HP. Pretty decent match though, almost 2,100 damage. While also not being a top tier. If these guys lose to him, I'm gonna regret going to where I'm about to go. They should not lose to a VK though, 4 of them. Well, the Chivalry, you know, it has a pretty unique gun. You know, even though it's an autoloader, it almost isn't. To me, it's one of those tanks, like I treat the 3 shots as basically one because they fire so fast. It's almost like having just one big shot, but it can help because, say, if there's a little bit of cover or you miss one shot, it's not the, you know, worst thing in the world, but it is definitely hard to play with the size and armor. You have to be very careful where you let and when you let people hit you. But top 2 damage on my team. That guy, Superman, did a pretty good job for his team, but unfortunately, rest of his team did not pan out too well. So, yay, completed another mission. So I'm gonna end with one more grind. Why don't I don't think I've played the T49 yet today. Hop into this guy. Granted, I got quite a bit of a grind left. 97,000 experience. This is probably going to be my last battle, so let me do another raffle. Go. We got Fjords. This will be interesting. Yeah, this is definitely going to be my last fight. Hey, the chieftain's on the The Chieftain and Avalon, I know both of them are on the enemy team. He might be streaming right now, to be honest. I was gonna say, I actually enjoy his streams. But, I gotta go clean. Yay. That's exactly what you want to do when you're exhausted. Our house is just kind of a little bit of a mess. Typically Ryan cleans on the weekends, and she was a little bit busy, so she couldn't do that this weekend. Even though our house, while dirty, I'll say is probably cleaner than a large amount of people's homes. Someone's talking about salsa. Oh, how did I not hit him with HE? That looked like it was right on the money. Someone got removed from my friends list. This is probably gonna end badly. I'm like skipping bush by bush. Just a 0 damage crit this Strev 103. Donor. Sorry, Chieftain. Now I'm spotted. It is about to hit the fan. No! I shouldn't have used heat there. I would have penned him with standard. There's 2 SPGs. Let's go take a peek here. Ooh, there's an AMX 30. Oh god, this is not good. Lucas drowned himself. Awesome. He actually might not have drowned himself. You can actually sit down in the water. Like the cheapest of spots to use, to be honest. Ooh, that was a close one. I don't know how that did not kill me, but I ain't complaining. I know, I helped murder the Chieftain. I'm very sorry for doing that, to be honest. The raffle winner is about to be picked here. Congratulations, Lobobo, for winning the raffle. What the hell, I'll join in on the on the fun here. I'm probably not gonna get anything, but see if I can land this shot. No, that was very lackluster. I could see me popping over, taking a shot midair, and then crashing. That didn't exactly work. But thank you again for watching, guys. This was a pretty fun stream. My next stream is going to be up on Wednesday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys there. Otherwise, have a good start to your week. Yeah, not exactly, you know, didn't light up scoreboard, but it was a pretty fun match, to say the least. I think that's the first match, honestly, at least that I've noticed, that I've ever played against Chieftain. So, anyway, can't even talk. Thanks again for watching, guys. Have a very nice night. See you around. Have a good one. And no problem, Labobo, for the Chivery. And thank you very much, I should say, for the tips as well. I forgot to say. See you guys around.